Welcome to the channel. It's Almighty Den, and let me tell y'all this: I am still in AMC stock for the short squeeze. I still do not believe this play is over. Now, of course, I know we have been seeing a lot of negative price movement. This thing has been coming down slowly since it hit 70 bucks. But understand this, man. Do not forget what happened last year, because I know it was about a year ago. It's about a year ago when a lot of people were buying AMC or trying to get in, and they had a massive run up on this day about right here. And then all of a sudden, you get up, you log into your Robinhood, you log into your trading accounts, and a lot of brokerages would not allow you to buy AMC. And that right there should have been a sign to let you know that there was something wrong with this stock, that this had a lot of room more to go up. Because if they restrict you from buying a stock, that is something I had never seen before in my life. That has to be a huge red flag that, okay, something is wrong, or this stock can go absolutely crazy. So that removes all the buying pressure, because in order for a stock to go up, there has to be buying pressure. Now, since then, we have seen $70. Now we're back at $22.99. And I don't think anything has really changed. If anything, it's gotten better. The short squeeze looks even more promising, in my opinion. Now, we have seen lots of price manipulation all throughout this entire move. This thing has been dropping down a lot. A lot of options getting killed. A lot of call options. People trying to play those getting killed and crushed by high volatility, high IV, as they drop the IV on those and kill a lot of options before Friday. We've seen a few gamma squeezes and all this and whatnot, but make no mistake, this thing has still not had the mother of all short squeezes just yet. It's coming down in price, and this is the way I like to look at AMC. I don't really, while I pay attention to the price, as it gives me an idea of how many more shares I can get and lower my cost average, the more important thing that I look at is the number of shares that I own, because the price to me right now, it doesn't seem like that's the actual price, given all the short interest that we've had, all the synthetic shares that are out there, and all the naked shorting and the price manipulation and the suppression of the real price and supply and demand that the stock has shown. That does not I don't think that represents the number of shares that we have actively been buying. Or that more so it might reflect the number of shares that has been shorted, if you want to look at it that way, from $70 and so forth. If you take a look at this chart way back when, right, let's just look at it back when at about November 2016, December 2016, when it was at about $35. From November, December 2016 at $35, it took about 4 years, about 4 years, April 20th, to hit about, $2 under $2. 4 years. And that's about a $30 drop over about 4 years. But since like this summer, things already dropped $50 very quick, very fast. And I know a lot of people may have taken profits and that have contributed to that, but I feel like, and this is my personal opinion, I can't speak for everybody. The AMC community is very strong. Very strong. There are a lot of people holding a lot of shares that has been adding throughout this whole thing. That's why, as you can see here, it had some bounces back up to here around the $64 range. I remember these days specifically because I was streaming them, and it's like it was a selling wall of pressure. Every time it hit that wall, it would get rejected extremely hard. And you have to keep in mind, retail is supposed to own over 80% of the float, and that was sometime last year, and people have still been continuing to buy this stock. So given that information that we have, if retail was to own over 80% of the stock last year, and people have been continuing to buy this stock up until now, and the price is getting cheaper, which means even more people will be able to accumulate more shares, then to me, in my honest opinion, it seems like we could have room for an even higher squeeze than we thought last year. Last year, people were saying AMC to 1,000, AMC 500K, AMC 100K. All these hashtags were going absolutely crazy. And we were all the way at $50, $60, Now it's like we're getting another chance to reload on shares. You got people who've held through all of these moves, who were in prior to this run up last year, prior to the first run up last year, who maybe got in under $2. Of course, some people took some profits, that's smart, of course. But you got people who still hasn't taken profits from this $8 range over here, who are still holding this thing through. Now me personally, I'll be transparent with you. I played these run ups. I had options. I played the breakout from here. I played this breakout for sure. I played this breakout with options, and I took some profits on the options to buy shares. So throughout this whole entire time, like I said, okay, this is my opportunity to get some shares, because now that I've capitalized on the option side of it, now I believe in the short squeeze, and I think that this is a perfect opportunity to get some shares. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never sold any shares because by the time I started getting some shares, the thing was already ran up and I had already capitalized off of my shorter term options at the time. So that's the only reason I didn't have shares yet. But I always knew way back here, I said if this thing breaks above the previous high here, it's a go. And that's what it was. Now, we're back at this level. This is a major buying range for me, of course, for that alone, because it's like everybody's always saying, oh, I wish I could have got in cheaper. I wish I could have got in at a lower price. AMC is literally giving us that opportunity to get in at a lower price, and I can't be more happy to get the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, the stock market as a whole has been pulling back. Tech stocks have been getting crushed. Crypto's been getting crushed. But to me, I feel like AMC is my hedge. I feel like AMC is, personally, I feel like it's the hedge against a lot of things that can go left in the market. You know, I feel like AMC giving us a chance to get in even lower than $20, even if it drops and breaks this level here and gets here, it's still a go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at the price anymore. I'm looking at the number of shares that I can accumulate. I want to hold this thing until I have some commas. You know, I want to see commas. You know what I'm saying? At least one comma. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I want to see at least one comma, but I definitely would expect this to go in the triple digits. I mean, we've pretty much seen that already. You know, we've seen $70, $30, 30% away from 100. So with that being said, I still think AMC has a lot of potential. The short interest is still high. The naked shorts, it's still being shorted down. Like, make no mistake, it's still being shorted down. And I think, I know a lot of the stock market is blaming some of the pullback on the COVID, and you know the crypto market is coming down some as well. There's a lot of speculation that some of that could be contributed to this, to AMC, to like some of these hedge funds trying to get some money, some liquidity to prepare for whatever squeeze or continue to short this thing down and scare people out. Now, they can't scare people out. Understand, this thing can only go but so low, to be honest, at this point. You know, it can only go, it's at $22. Now, of course, the lowest it can go to is what? Zero. It's zero. But at that point, then what? If it goes to zero, okay, everybody would be out. Everybody would be taking a loss. But if everybody's holding and it goes to zero, that just further strengthens the belief that this thing is being heavily manipulated. Because how could it possibly go to zero if everybody is holding? If retail is being reported to hold 80% of their float since last year, everything's just going to do nothing but become more transparent. And the lower the price goes, the more shares they will have to buy back. In my opinion, that's what I think. The more they short, you know, the more they have to buy back for sure. But I'm just here to let y'all know I'm still AMC strong. I still believe this thing has even more mother of all short squeeze potential than I believed it had last year. I'm not going nowhere. Like, even though I haven't dropped the video on it in a while, it's just I've been letting this thing play out. I've been watching it. It's just been like, oh, okay, this is what it's gonna do. We've had our runs. It's given us some chance to get some runs, but now they're trying to take us out. They have to be on their last legs. I mean, we've been through all the shills. We've seen the propaganda. We've seen the articles trying to get people to sell their AMC. We've seen a lot of tactics against us, a lot of bots trying to get people to sell at certain price levels. And to be honest, a lot of that has not worked, you know, because the AMC community is a very, very strong community. They are a lot of due diligence. If you're not on the AMC community on Twitter, go ahead and just search AMC on Twitter. Go to AMC Stock Reddit. You know, you can go to both of these. There'll be a lot of good information. A lot of people expressing a lot of things out here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that'll make you reaffirm your belief in the stock. If for some reason you feel like you're getting shaky, or for some reason you feel like you don't know about this no more because of the price, understand, to me, the price is not real. The price is not real. But I don't want to say it's not real because obviously it is. That's the price of it now. And that's a mistake, because when you're down in a position, you're down in real life. At that point in time, you're down. But what I'm saying is, what I mean by that is this: the price has been manipulated. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say to you. The price has been manufactured, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's an actual representation of the buying pressure. I don't feel like it accurately represents what it actually should be, given the fact of how many people are in AMC and, you know, how many people have been buying and holding this stock. That's what I mean when I say I don't think the price is real. But when you're down in a position, you are down in that position. So I know a lot of people right now are down in this position for sure, especially anybody that bought above here. And this is a lot of buying. You have to understand, this is a lot of buying. Anybody that has bought above $23, bought a share above $23, any of the shares you bought above $20 are down. No matter, of course, you could have got in earlier. You can still be up on your whole position, but any share you bought at this point under $23 is currently down. And if you look at these levels, that is a lot of buying. A lot of buying, a lot of work, a lot of buying, and a lot of heavy selling pressure going on, and we're still fighting against that. But make no mistake, I'm still in this thing with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, cut the notifications on, and don't miss a beat, man. Until next time, Densky out.